Hello and welcome to Step Up Your Game with Rob Ferre. I am your host, Rob Ferre. I'll be doing this weekly, giving you tips and tricks on how to step up your game with your business. Now I've only been in business, 11 years, so what do I know? But I want to help you. I want you to be able to step up your game and bring it. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about something that I learned last summer. A term that I've been doing, but something I never thought of until now. And it's called drafting. Now, drafting is not like when you draft a fantasy football team or draft a picture. It's like drafting the person in front of you. Let me explain. If you're familiar with NASCAR or bicycling or whatever, drafting is basically you got the car in front of you. Let's think about NASCAR here. And then you got the car behind you. You are the car behind this car. McQueen, this is the guy you want to be like. This is you. You are going to be drafting him and catching his buzz, we'll say here, because he is taking in all the wind and everything that's coming in before him. And you are just right behind him catching his drift, if you know what I mean. And so because you are drafting the person in front of you, you are following in their footsteps. They have done it. They have tried. They have failed. They have made mistakes. You're making mistakes too along the way, but if you're drafting somebody and finding out what they are doing right with their business, this is a great business model to start doing and stepping up your game. So who are you going to draft? I'm going to tell you about a man I drafted. And it has to do with this right here. The Price is Right. I love game shows. I'm a game show fanatic. And I'm not talking about the guy that hosted The Price is Right, Bob Barker. I'm actually talking about the game master himself. In the DJ world, he's known as Scott Favor. Yes, Scott Favor, the game master. This is a man I have been drafting for years. First time I saw him was at Mobile Bee about 8 years ago. And I thought he was the cheesiest dude ever. But once I started learning about his methodology and what he did with his game shows, with his corporate entertainment, I said, I want to be just like that guy. I even asked him if I could shadow him at events. And he said, no, Rob, I'm just way too busy to do that. He actually didn't say that, but I never got the chance to actually go to one of his shows. But the thing was I was drafting him because I would go to all his seminars. I'd watch his webinars. I logged on to his Facebook forum, and I was constantly watching what he was doing. But I eventually learned his methodology. And he just creates games, but he also takes existing games and puts his own twist on it. Once I learned his methodology, once I learned what he was doing, I was stepping up my game as a game show master. I'm not claiming I'm a game show master like he is, but I'm starting to do more game shows, and it's something that I love to do. For example, right now I'm doing a constant game show. It's Gamify Your Day with me, Rob Ferre, on Instagram. Every day I am doing a challenge or a game, and then every Friday I go live on Facebook and I do these game shows. So I drafted somebody like Scott Favor. I saw what he was doing right in the industry and within his own market. So who are you going to draft? So start thinking about that. I suggest draft people, somebody local, and that is good because that could be a mentor to you. And the thing is, it doesn't have to be within the industry. It can be an entertainer. It can be a business person. Find somebody who's doing it right, who's being successful, and draft them. Another person I like to draft is Alan Berg. That guy is speaking all over the world. One of my goals is to start speaking all over the world. I've spoken to a couple of associations and conferences here in the United States, but I have not gone international yet. So Alan Berg is one of those people I draft. I see what he's doing. I look at his website. I see where he is speaking, and I see what he is doing. So start drafting today. Draft somebody local, somebody on a national level, and draft a celebrity, somebody that you admire. It's time to step up your game. I'll see you next week, and thank you for joining us on DJ News TV.